back to Happily Booked, the bookcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. We're your hostesses, Brooke and
Beck.
And today is our book club episode where we are going to talk a little bit about Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. So, Becky.
Yes.
Before we get into any of that, how's it going?
It's going great.
Maybe just a brief checkup.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad it's going great. It's going great over here, too. I got sunburnt in Florida. So that's always great.
It doesn't look bad.
It's on my arms.
Oh.
And my neck. It's actually not as bad as I have been sunburnt before.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but it was fun. I made sure that we tried to take a lot of videos.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually was working on uploading those videos to Google Photos last night. I don't know if he was able to get it finished this morning when he got home, because every time I went upstairs to check on it, it had stopped and wasn't working. So I don't know. I went to bed because I was going to bed. So I don't know if he figured it out or not. So there should be a YouTube video at some point.
Good.
Regarding the Sideways Sheriff and
Yay.
his Orlando event. His event.
Good. Yeah.
Right? His. It's all about him.
It is.
In my book, at least. The Ford Spring Break is what it was called. So it was really fun. There's a lot of Mustangs, naturally. So that was always
That's
fun.
good.
Funny thing.
Yes.
Somebody who was also in Getaway Driver, that's where Austin met him. He was at Ford Spring Break.
Oh, cool.
Drifting one of his cars. He has a podcast.
Really?
Yes. It's called The Clipping Point, I believe. So it's about like all of the drift. I can't talk. It's all about the drift sessions that he goes to, that he attends.
That's cool.
And he just talks about it, gets some of the drivers to come over and chat.
Oh.
He has a video. He does videos. So everybody should go look into that. See, Austin and one of his good friends were on the podcast episode. So it was really fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's called The Clipping Point. I believe it's episode 58. Just so you can, unless you want to watch all of them until Austin's. But it's episode 58, I believe. So that's pretty cool.
Something that's just as fun as binge watching a TV series is binge listening to a podcast.
I love binge listening to podcasts. I've been on this very very long spell where I haven't really listened to any of my favorite podcasts, and I'm kind of bummed about it, but like I haven't had time. Like I've been wanting to listen to audiobooks and read and knit and whatever else. Yeah. I just haven't listened to podcasts. So I need to get back on that. When I found Books Unbound, I had binge listened to it like 3 times. Like I would get to the very end, the very last one they updated, and then I'd go back to the beginning and just listen to it again.
That's funny.
Yeah, I really enjoy that one. Anyway.
Real quick before we get into the book, I do want to say thank you to the listeners, because I'm fairly confident that, so, I talked about my Etsy.
Yeah.
And I've been putting stuff up. Well, I randomly had I want to say 100 views on the account. Now I know some of that's probably friends on Facebook too, but that's a lot of people to just look at your Etsy account randomly.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe some of our listeners went over and looked at it.
Maybe.
No one bought anything, but that's fine.
Yeah.
They looked at it, and
they know it's there.
Yeah, and it's really cool. A couple people followed it. A couple people liked my Bob White Homestead page.
Yeah.
Last week. So, I guess it's getting out there. So maybe I'll start making some money. I do want to say it's not as easy, the process, as they make it sound in those videos that were sent to me. And so anyone who's looking at those videos and thinking, oh, I can do that, be committed.
Yeah.
Because it's not as easy as they make it out to be at all.
Yeah, I thought about doing that. I know I haven't worked on any more logos for my potential Etsy.
Yeah.
But I never even sent you the
No,
other two.
you
I showed you
didn't.
the first one that I just sort of threw together, and I got to show you the other two.
Yeah,
Oh
because
my
I like the first one,
gosh.
so I want to see the other ones too.
Oh my goodness. I'm just going to show them to you now. Hold on. Okay. Oh yeah, no, that's another one. All right. So I don't know how I feel about this one because so what I would do, I went on Canva and I just sort of searched like yarn logos and a bunch of stuff came up. This is one that wasn't necessarily yarn, it's needle and thread.
Okay.
But I thought it was still really cute, and now maybe this is something I could work off of.
Oh, that is cute. It looks
really
like
cute,
a
right?
little heart.
Yeah. But my only issue is, like, you could probably get away with saying that that's a skein of yarn,
Right,
but you can't say that that's a knitting needle. Because definitely not.
You know, Ella has this editing app or drawing app called Ibis Paint, and she's helped me to create some really cool stuff on there. You could probably download something like Ibis Paint or something similar, and you could get that needle out. You could erase it,
right,
and put in knitting needles.
Yeah,
and Ella could probably show you how to do that too.
Yeah,
because she helped me do something really cool on Ibis Paint. Let me show you. She's so smart, and of course she's been doing it for a long time, but she's only 9.
You must be so proud to have such
I
intelligent children.
Okay, I want you to look at, that is one that I did on my own with what she showed me, and then the one on the top is what she did.
Oh, okay.
And you see how different hers is from mine and how much more professional it looks?
Right. It blends together.
Yeah, and so that was me combining 2 different pictures, and she showed me how to do that and how to erase stuff. So, if you are interested in changing out the needle, she could probably help you with that.
Yeah, I should definitely look into that. This is the other one that I actually really like, but I'm still gonna play around with some other templates.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. Yeah, I like that too.
I like that one a lot.
I like how the writing looks kind of Celtic.
Yeah.
In the knitted.
Yeah. And it was supposed to be the same font as the word happily, but I feel like it looks so different. I think up here might be in bold, and I couldn't quite figure out how to make it bold on that one.
Okay.
But I still think it looks okay.
Yeah,
even though it doesn't necessarily.
It does not look like it matches, but
yeah.
I mean, it does
still
look
looks
good.
okay.
Yeah.
I like those colors too.
Yeah, I like the colors.
Anyway, that's that. Nobody else can see them, but I showed Becky. Maybe I'll figure out which ones I actually like for sure and put a poll out.
The girls both started Etsy's as well.
Wow.
Emma's trying to do her crochet stuff on there, and Ella does artwork. She only has one thing up on her Etsy right now. But that's the one thing that they don't tell you in the videos, too, is it charges you a 20 cents fee for every item that you...
See, I thought it was 40 cents.
You thought it was 40?
Maybe it changed from the thing I read.
Oh,
but I read it like a month ago or months ago.
Okay.
I don't know.
So it's a 20-cent listing fee. That's it. So when I was first doing mine, it wasn't charging me, but I figured out part of my problem when I sent through my first order to see hit the process was that my debit card that was on file, well, I didn't even think about it because it's been years since I first started the Etsy.
Yeah.
So it was expired.
Oh,
so they couldn't charge me listing fees. So I
Yeah.
listed a whole bunch of stuff, thankfully, without being charged fees.
Whoopsie.
So when I sold the first 3 items that Emma purchased, it charged me listing fees then because it didn't do it when I listed them.
So it charged you all of them?
Just those 3.
Oh, okay.
But everything since then that I've posted, that I've listed, they've charged. And I was really confused because it wasn't charging me fees at first, but it was charging the girls when they listed. And I was like, why is it charging you fees? It didn't charge me anything. And that's why, because they used my debit card to set it up properly.
Not you finessing the system, Becky.
Oh, it's a little hint to you guys. Just don't upload a good card. But Ella's is, what is the name of your Etsy, Ella? We had to go through like several different ones
to see what names are available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just has an octopus on there. Crafts by Ellie Grace. Is that what you said?
Cute.
Okay. Crafts by Ellie Grace. ELLIE. Okay. Emma, what's yours? Emma doesn't want me to tell you.
You got to make that money, girl. You're so talented with that crochet. Well, one day she'll give us the name. Once she sees Ella's art going.
So Ella's got to, obviously work on some more art stuff to put on there. But she's so good. Like all of her stuff that she does in class is really cute.
Yeah.
And so I gave her some ideas. And of course, she's been editing for a long, long time. So hopefully she'll have some more stuff up there for you guys to look at if you're interested.
And one day we'll get Emma's.
In case you want to purchase something crocheted. She's so mad. She's probably going to text me. I said mentioned Ella's, not mine.
Well, you've already made that book cover and you make bookmarks. You were making that mushroom last time I saw.
Girl, I can't see from all the way over here. Oh, she chose her middle name.
Oh.
It's pallaviscrochet. So it's P-A-L-L-A. I don't remember how to spell her name. I named this kid Pallavis and then crochet.
That's a cute name. That's a very cute name.
It means new growth or young branch.
Ooh, young branch. That's cute.
Yeah.
That's really cute. Okay, so I don't know exactly how we're going to do this. This is only the second book club episode that we've done. The first one worked out really well because it was a short story collection.
Yeah.
So I feel like we were able to just go from story to story. This one is one story.
Yep.
So I don't know exactly how we're going to do this. I was thinking we could just go from the beginning of the book to the end.
Mm-hmm.
I know you didn't really do sticky notes, but I know I did sticky notes.
I never have done that. I probably never will.
Yeah.
We're lucky I graduated school, to be honest, because I just don't do notes like that.
Yeah.
And
that's okay.
You do, and I'm very on the inside. I think that's a really great idea, but I know I'm not going to do it.
I only do it when I know I'm going to be really invested.
Yeah.
Like there's a handful of physical books that I've read. I mean, many where I have not done that, and it's not because I didn't enjoy it. Mm-hmm. It's just I didn't feel the need to do it.
Right.
So, but like especially with fantasy and sci-fi, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting in.
Right.
I'm all in, baby.
I probably should have taken notes. Honestly, that's probably what I should have done, but I didn't.
It's okay.
And when I was watching the movie, I should have jotted down the things that made me really upset.
Oh yeah, so we should go through the book with the recordings that we have from other people who are participating. Woohoo! And then we can talk about the movies. There's so much, like, I should have waited to get into New Moon, but I couldn't help it because that's my favorite one of the whole series. And once I was done with Twilight, I was like, I gotta go right into New Moon. But I shouldn't have done that because, like, there's so much I want to talk to you about it, but I can't because it'll spoil it.
Emma bought New Moon last night.
Yeah.
So, and she bought her own Twilight. So.
I can't. Okay. Oh, and two little public announcements, I guess we should say. One, we are extending our giveaway. I know there's a couple of people who wanted to participate that were not able to. So we're going to go ahead and extend the giveaway for a week. So we'll keep posting about it this rest of this week, and we will announce it the 13th, right? Yeah, the 13th. Yeah. We'll announce it next week when we record on the 13th. So it will be out on social media. We'll probably go ahead and announce it that week, and then you'll be able to hear it on the 20th. Yeah. Sometimes doing this is very confusing. But I think that was right. And so you'll have an extra week. So just if you're interested in the giveaway, lucky you. We've extended it.
And the one person who participated,
yeah.
When you hear this, don't worry, you're still getting your stuff.
You're still going to get your stuff because we love and appreciate you. But I know there was a couple of people who had said they were interested.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm going to do it, and they probably just forgot.
Yes. So we'll try to remind you. They need to follow us on social media. I don't think they do. If they have social media. Anyway.
I know one of them does, but she hardly ever gets on there, I don't think.
Right. And another public announcement, because I think it's only fair since this is the book club episode. Becky's not done with the book. She hasn't finished it.
Nope, I have 10%
that looks
left.
Bigger than 10%.
It's not, though.
That's
I put
crazy.
it in the story graph. It actually might be, because I think I put, let me see what page I said I was on.
See, now I need to know.
I might have read past
what
I put.
I need to know what we can't talk about. But I think we should just go ahead and...
I think... I saw the movie, so
True.
I mean, there can't
be essentially what happens.
Too many spoilers. Let's see. I said I was on... Oh, no, I'm on the right page. So, yeah, it is 10%. I have 10% left.
That's so funny because the last time we did this, you were sitting on my couch listening to Goblin at like double speed just so you could finish it before we recorded.
So what's funnier about that too, though, is think about that.
Yeah.
Goblin was a shorter book.
Yeah.
And I did not have a migraine.
True.
And I also don't think I started Goblin right away.
No, I don't think you did. I think you waited. You started Twilight early.
Yeah. I would be done if I hadn't got that migraine.
Yeah. I'm glad that you don't have the migraine anymore.
Me too.
It's okay that you haven't finished it. There's no shame. Well, it's just funny.
I did have a month, so there's a little bit of shame.
It's funny. I just think it's funny how
the next week after I had that migraine, I could feel the tension like still back there, and I could feel it trying to have a headache, and I was like, please don't come back.
Right. Whatever you do. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, birdie.
Do you want to do the clips first?
Yes.
Okay.
So from here on out, probably going to be spoilers about Twilight. So if you don't want it spoiled, don't listen. That's all I can say. I mean, if you don't know what happens in Twilight,
you're probably 42 years old.
Kind of far behind on the times. It's basically a classic now. So let me see if I don't remember how I did this last time. I think I paused it. Okay, so this is Katie Parrish's thoughts on Twilight.
Spirits, it's me, the one, the only, the last Mrs. Parrish. So, about Twilight. I read it for the first time when I was in middle school, when it was like the hype. The movie just came out, I think. Fact check me on that. Everybody was reading it. I remember there was a waiting list in middle school because everybody was checking it out of the library. And the book cost so much money. My mom was like, no, you're waiting to read it at the library for free. And audiobooks weren't really a thing back then. I didn't have a phone, so there was no other way for me to read it. So I remember walking around with this gigantic book, and when I was 13, this book was huge. Walking down the hallway with this, I was the it girl with this book. So it was very nostalgic for me. But it's very easy to read, although it has, it's full of content. It's like a large quantity of pages, I guess. It's just a large book, but I enjoy it. It brought me back to simpler times, and I am Team Jacob. I know Brooke, would disown me if I wasn't, but Edward is just he's insufferable, honestly. He's just too much, and I cringe, obviously, every time I read this book, just because I've seen the movie, and Kristen Stewart is just she's not my favorite, but that doesn't matter. I'm definitely Team Jacob. I'm not a vampire person or a werewolf person. And the only fantasy I really ever would read is Harry Potter. So, but because I've read this before, I was like, oh, okay. And I'm not opposed to reading anything. I like Colleen Hoover. She's my girl, but I will truly I'll read anything, just about most things. I won't say anything, but I'm pretty open. So I don't know if I'll continue this series, but my favorite part of the book was when they were in Seattle. No, not Seattle. What was that? Poor Angeles. Poor I don't know how you say that, but that's my favorite part, because it really that's when Bella really finds out that Edward is a vampire. And it's girl, how did you not know? But I did the one thing I do like about Edward is that he is loyal to Bella. So I'll give him that. But so is Jacob. So the comparison, never mind. But I do like that scene in the movie too. I think they portrayed it well. So the ending is cool when they're in, the ballet studio, and he's sucking her blood and he has to stop himself. But I don't know. I think I liked the conversation leading up to her finding out he's a vampire, and then watching their relationship like grow from there. So that's my little, opinion or review on this book. It's probably way too long and like not even good enough. But I said I would and I did. So
Did you cut yourself off?
probably way too long and like not even good enough.
Maybe.
But I said I would and I did. So thank you for keeping me happily booked.
Oh, cute. Okay, yeah, that was weird. She like cut herself off. Okay. Or I cut her off on accident. Okay. Katie's so funny. Okay, we're back. We're back. Nobody knows what detailed process that was. It was so easy the first time. I don't know why I couldn't figure it out this time, but she's in there. And I mean, worst case scenario, you just hold the phone up to the microphone. So I hope she comes out okay. I think she will. In our ears, I think she sounded okay.
Yeah, she sounded fine in our.
Yeah, so that was Katie. Katie's so funny. I sort of remember I don't remember when they came out, but I remember reading them in middle school. Mm-hmm. But I'm a few years older than Katie, so I don't know what her experience exactly was like. But it was really fun. I remember reading them. I would read them in class when I didn't need to do anything else. I would just sit there and read them in class. Yeah, I really enjoyed reading them when I was younger too. I think that's one of the reasons I enjoyed rereading it again. This sort of, I don't know, there's just something about, you can't read it again for the first time. So I was really excited to see what you thought about it since you were reading it for the first time.
Yeah.
And I think it's so funny what she said about Edward is insufferable.
See, this is where Emma and I totally disagree with you.
Edward is insufferable. He's a jerk. He is so stupid.
He is not. Yeah, so I'm Team Edward, obviously.
Oh my gosh.
But like I said, we haven't really seen a lot of Jacob yet, so my opinion could change.
Yeah.
But I like Edward. I don't think he's a jerk. I completely understand where he's coming from. But I'm also older than you and Katie, so I have a different point of view, which is why Edward is the way he is, because he's older and he comes from a different time, and so he thinks differently.
You wanna know something funny?
And he's a vampire, so that's also why he thinks differently.
You wanna know something funny? I watched New Moon last night,
mm-hmm.
and he says his age again,
mm-hmm.
and then his age, he's like 108, right? I think he's 108, and I thought it was really funny, and I just sort of sat there and thought, Aang is older than Edward. Aang from Avatar, The Last Airbender, is 112. And Edward, the vampire that everyone's just so crazy about, is 108. I just thought that was weird. Aang is older.
In today's time frame, Aang would also be extremely older than 112 at this point.
Right. Extremely. That's funny.
I have to say I'm enjoying the book. I'm pretty sure the last 10% will pretty much not disappoint me. But I will say that her writing style is slightly disappointing. I know it is for younger audiences, but I have read better written books that were written for younger audiences.
Angst. The teenage angst really gets on my nerves.
It's not even that. There's just something about her writing style.
Yeah.
It's not for me. Like, I mean, the story itself is good. Mm-hmm. So I can overlook it to a degree, but and I wouldn't say that obviously if your child is a teenager or whatever, it's going to be a great read for them.
Right.
But as an older person, like I said, the story is good, but the writing is not.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all feel about it. Like now that you're older and reading it.
Yeah.
If it feels different to you as an older person.
Yeah.
But her writing style is, I don't know if weird is the right word, but it's just like, it feels like it's even younger than middle grade. Like,
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And for it to be meant for older children, like teenagers, whatever, I feel like it should have a different writing style. And maybe part of that is because she's Mormon.
Oh, okay.
And she's, she wouldn't put certain things probably in there that other writers would. And maybe that's why the writing style is the way it is. I don't know. But I do know that that's why it's, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's kind of wholesome, really, honestly. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's vampires, so it's not that wholesome, but you know what I mean? Like, it could have been worse.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as graphic as
it could have
been. Your average idea of vampires.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all in all, I like this book. I do. And I am going to read the rest of the series. I am going to do that. I watched the movie, and I don't like it at all.
After you said that, I thought it was funny because I always sort of thought the movies were decently done. They're not amazing, but they're just decent.
Right.
So I rewatched the first one once I finished Twilight, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, this sort of sucks.
Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, those are books that were written, well, Lord of the Rings was written a long time ago.
Right.
But different writing style, of course, but very well written. But the movies were so well done.
Yeah.
And it came out before these movies.
Yeah.
And Harry Potter, so well done, very well written. And the first few books obviously are written for a younger audience. And the cool thing about her series is that the writing grows with Harry, and the audience who started reading it is growing at the same time with Harry. So it's cool that there's a change in the growth and the depth of the books with that. But again, the movies so well done, right? Why? Who thought that because this is a vampire book, the movie should be stupid?
Yeah.
Like, it just makes me mad. Like, you can have a decent vampire movie. It doesn't have to be stupid just because it's vampires.
Right.
It really made me angry. Like, they could have done so much better.
They could have.
And they kept jumbling the storyline. Stuff that happens in the beginning of the book. And I only know this because I wasn't even done halfway through the book when I watched the movie. And I'm like, why is this happening here? I haven't even gotten to this part. I don't know what's happening now.
Yeah.
But I do know that I've already read this.
I do know that this person's not supposed to be here.
And
and they are.
Right. And I was really upset. And then when I was continuing to read, I was thinking, okay, so why did they put that in this part of the book?
Right.
I mean, in this part of the movie. Like, that made me mad. They left out so many things that to me are kind of important details from the movie. Why didn't you give it more depth like the book? Like, I know you can't put everything in a movie that you have in a book, but I just feel like they really failed.
Yeah. That's so sad. But I mean, I don't blame you. When I watched New Moon, I think New Moon's got a lot better, has a lot better quality.
Okay.
They did change directors also.
Maybe that.
And I noticed
a director can have a lot of influence on a movie.
They can really make or break a movie sometimes. And when I rewatched the first Twilight, it was just sort of cringy.
Yeah.
Like the filter they put on the whole movie to make sure everything is gloomy and dark. So, because Forks is supposed to be like overcast all the time, no sunshine ever, constantly raining. And that's where they live. They live there on purpose so that nobody sees their sparkly skin or whatever. So, but I feel like they could have not done the filter because the filter makes it look sort of
the cringy part
punky.
Of that was when he showed her how he sparkled.
Yes.
Like, that part
I know.
That was so like
I know.
I was like, I was uncomfortable.
Like, why? You go to the top of this mountain where it's nothing but clouds. It's overcast, and then you find this perfect little spot in the woods where the sun is just shining through so perfectly. Like, what are the odds? And then why are you unbuttoning your shirt like that? Like, it's just weird.
Like, the book is so much, it makes more sense in the book than it does in the movie.
I think because you can imagine it, and what you can imagine is probably a lot better than what you saw on the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just like baffled.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Stephenie Meyer was like, what the heck did they do to my story?
I don't know. I hear am I thinking of the right person? Apparently, no, I actually am thinking of Sarah J. Maas, so never mind. Scratch that. I watched a video about the upcoming A Court of Thorns and Roses TV show. It's supposedly supposed to start filming later this year. Okay. And like the end of this year, early next year. And that's what I was thinking of. That has nothing to do with Twilight. So I don't know really how I feel. I like Twilight, but like I hate it every time I read it. You know, I have mixed feelings because it doesn't go the way I want it to go every time I read it. And it's like, why do I torture myself? But it's also so entertaining. It always keeps me captivated, entertained. Like I haven't bought the third book yet, but I've been thinking about it this whole time. Like I'm like, I really want to. I know what's gonna happen. I know I'm gonna be disappointed. But I want to keep reading.
You're saying too much. You're saying you're gonna be disappointed.
I'm always disappointed in this series. That's another thing. Once you get into New Moon, you might change your opinion. I don't really remember my first thoughts when I first read this series in middle school. But I think I was okay with how it was going. And then I got into the second book, and then I was not okay. That's when I think I really, really decided my opinions.
Gotcha.
So maybe you'll think that too when you get there. I don't know. I think I gave Twilight 5 stars. Does it really deserve 5 stars? That's debatable, but sentimental value goes a long way.
It does.
I think Edward is so cringy. I think he's a jerk. I think he's just so. Have you read the rest of them? Kind of. Have you read the second one? You haven't? You haven't read them? Have you seen the movies? You don't want to.
Because I thought it was.
Yeah.
See, you like
Well, you're a boy. This is a predominantly female fan base. No, I just think he's a jerk. I just think he's so dumb.
Emma's getting ready to throw
I
hands.
know. Put him up. No, I don't like the way he treats Bella when he first meets her. I understand the whole your blood is just so entrancing that I'm holding myself back from killing you here in this classroom. But it's like, why? You're 108. You've been able to deal with this for so long. Why is it affecting you this bad now? And then why do you have to be such a jerk to her about it? And he's always the way he goes later in the story. He's like, we shouldn't be friends. It's not good for us to be friends. Okay, go away then. Stop following her around. He can go away.
Do you not understand the draw?
He can go. I personally don't. No.
But I can understand what he's saying.
Where's my book? Look at all these sticky notes. Look at all this.
So many.
Almost every single sticky note was me going, this is stupid. This is a stupid decision that she's making, that he's making. All of this is dumb.
See, I would say that Bella's the stupid one.
They're all pretty dumb. I will say they're all pretty dumb.
You have a vampire who's telling you that he's drawn you more than he's been drawn to anyone. Almost like if you read those cringy werewolf stories, you know how like they have this one other werewolf that their mate that they're supposed to be with. Yeah. And they just know. He's a vampire, but it feels like that, right? So like she's the one that he's supposed to be with. So he has this draw to her. But the draw is he wants to eat her.
So I don't get what's so attractive about that.
So why would you, knowing that, why would you continually put yourself into, why don't you listen to him when he says, we shouldn't be close? Yeah. Because I have this desire and the only way I can keep from harming you is to not be close to you.
What I don't like about him so bad is the fact that he's only attracted to her because he wants her blood. That is so gross.
That's his initial attraction. That's not the only reason that he's attracted to her.
We know she's not got that much of a character development in there. She's not that interesting. Okay? She's not. She's a normal, average, clumsy girl.
She's very clumsy. They make
and like
that clear.
That's it. I guess she would be like, I guess you could consider her brave.
And he feels like he needs to protect her.
She doesn't like music. She doesn't like hanging out with her friends. She just, when she does hang out with her friend, though, I will give her this. She's an okay friend. I will say, when she's actually trying to interact with her friends, she's very supportive and friendly, and she tries to, like, set them up. You know, like, this constantly happens. No, this is an all the time thing. She's a good, I hate this term. She's a good girl's girl, you know, like with her female friends. She's very supportive.
Right.
But when it comes to the guy friends, she's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to flirt with you. I'm just going to flirt with you and
you know what's
to get
funny?
you to give me this information just because I'm batting my eyelashes. It's like, just, you know, whatever.
I don't
care about you at
I
all.
was reading the book.
What?
I didn't think about that really when I was reading the book, but it's funny. That's true.
Every single guy she interacts with that is not her dad, he's like teases and flirts with. But then she's like,
Except for
I
Emmett.
want Edward. Then she complains that Edward's freezing cold because he's a vampire. But Bella's dumb. She's all right. She's all right. There was a lot of moments in Twilight where I was like, okay, she's actually not as bad as I remember her to be. But except when she interacts with her male.
Maybe she should get better in the next book. I mean, I'll have to wait and see, huh?
Yeah, you'll have to wait and see.
What? Say it again? Oh.
She is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
They're all kind of cringy.
That's a good point. So Emma said it's like when you read the books, it's more of, are you Team Bella or not?
Right.
Yeah. Should Jacob really be forced to be with Bella? That's the question you should ask yourself. Does Edward deserve Bella? That's the question. That's what everyone should be asking themselves.
My gosh.
That's a different way to look at it.
Let's see. What did you think about his family? The rest of the vampires.
Like his family. I don't like. Well, it's not that I don't like Rosalie. I'm confused a little bit by Rosalie.
Yeah.
But I guess she has the same kind of attitude that Edward kind of has in the beginning. Like, there's a reason why
she's
we live
logical.
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know that she hates Bella. She just doesn't think that they should be putting her into the situation that they've put her into with them, because they like people to eat people's blood.
They like to eat people. Well, they don't eat people.
They
but
just eat their blood, drink their blood, and basically kill the people to get their blood. So, like, she sees it as a extremely, hugely bad idea.
Right.
She's the only one who actually uses her brain.
Yeah.
And Edward tries to use his brain, but he doesn't.
Just go away. You're just giving into temptation.
And
like,
then,
oh, God.
Right. So, you know, I really like Emmett a lot. He's very nice. Jasper's very nice.
Yes.
And I like Alice.
Yeah. Alice is sweet.
Esme and Carlisle. I mean, there's nothing.
They're all
I can't
pretty
say anything
great.
bad about anybody.
Kind.
They're good. They're good vampires.
Yeah.
And the backstories are interesting for all of them.
I really do. I liked reading about their backstories again, especially Carlisle's is like a lot of fans love Carlisle's backstory because of how old he is and how he made his decisions on what he wanted to do.
I feel like there should be some like his own book or his own movie about him.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
The cross that's hanging in the upstairs, that was his dad's.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That's cool.
And his office is cool.
Yeah.
I really like Carlisle a lot. Yeah. I like his family.
Yeah.
And I wish, that was one thing I wish that they had put into the movies, which I hadn't even got to that point yet when I watched the movie.
Okay.
The fact that they didn't put any backstory into any of the vampires, really.
Right.
I mean, they slightly mentioned Edwards, which I guess was kind of important because he's one of the two main characters in the movie. But the whole premise of where he is and who he is and all that relies on the backstory of the family.
Yeah.
Like why they are where they are and how they got there.
Mm-hmm. He's only there to be annoying because of Carlisle. So it's Carlisle's fault.
So what do you think about Carlisle now?
He's cool. They're all pretty good.
But
they're responsible.
I wish that they had put more of that in there.
Yeah. No, Carla is a big fan favorite. I can already think of one of our coworkers who would absolutely die for a Carlisle book. I really, really wish Stephenie Meyer, would just write the series, but as if never mind, I can't. I can't.
Because it will ruin something for me if you say that?
I just need you to read New Moon.
Okay. Huh? How many? 2?
Are they Twilight books? Interesting.
Well, they better have something to do with Carlisle.
She came out with Midnight Sun, which was Twilight, but from Edward's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read it, but
it says it's from Edward's point of view, but wait, never mind. That was the different cover I was reading, I think. There's one, what is it?
Oh, yeah.
They switched the genders or whatever.
Yeah.
Then the last names are the same, but obviously the first names are different, and the situation seems different based on the back of the cover that I read.
Yeah, I haven't read that one. I have it, but I haven't read that one. And the only ones I've read are the initial 4.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read Life and Death, the second short life of Bree Tanner, or Midnight Sun. She does have 2 other books, by the way, if nobody knows this. She has 2 books that are not Twilight books. It's The Host and The Chemist. I love the movie The Host. Haven't read the book. I think I'd really like it. I read the book The Chemist. I liked it. A lot of people who read it, though, I don't know what they were expecting. Like, if they were anticipating it being more, like, in the same world as Twilight, and it's not, and maybe that disappointed them. But a lot of people didn't like it. And I'm like, okay, well, I liked it. That's a big book.
Is it?
Yeah. But just FYI, she's got 2 other books. Fun fact. What did you think about... So I thought... okay. I have to make sure I don't get my books mixed up. So...
Well, that's what you get for going ahead.
What was the last thing you've read?
So I am to the part where she is in Phoenix and they're at the...
They're at the hotel?
No,
Oh.
they're at the airport.
Oh.
And she just lost Jasper.
Oh, okay. So
Jasper, right? Jasper's with her. Jasper
Yeah.
and Alice. She says, oh, hey, Jasper, I've got to use the restroom. He's like, okay, I'll be right here.
Gone.
Jasper.
Bella. Do you know how high sex trafficking is at the airport? So they were at the hotel before they went to the airport, right?
Yes,
They're
they
going to
were.
the airport to meet Edward, essentially.
Yes.
Okay. So in the movie, when they're at the hotel, and in the book, when they're at the hotel, and James, the bad vampire, calls
Mm-hmm.
and tricks Bella with, like, her mom's voice.
Mhm.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say. Well, you've seen the movie, so he tricks her. And he's like, immediately goes into it with, respond with what I'm telling you so that they don't catch on. But she's like, I think she goes into another room, but
Yeah.
you're in a hotel suite.
Right.
Like, the walls aren't thick.
See, that's what I was...
They're not.
How did they not...
They're
they have
supposed-
vampire
Yeah,
ears.
they can hear, they can smell, they can see, like, amazingly.
And
How did they not
Alice-
hear James on the phone?
And Alice can see what's going to happen.
Yeah. So what really got me was all he did was call. All she did was answer. How did they not hear his voice? Hear their conversation?
Yeah.
They can hear people from, like, a house down.
Right.
But they can't hear James on the phone with Bella in the other room.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
And-
I will say, when I was reading that, I was like, why do they not...
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, maybe they hear and they're going to do something. I don't know. But no.
No. No, they don't.
And now, so I'm not exactly sure how this deviates from the movie. So the specifics, I don't know as far as how it ends, but I do know how it ends because I assume that it ends the same way in the book as it did in the movie.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, in the movie, I hope it's written better in the book. In the movie,
Yeah.
I thought it was really stupid.
A lot of the
sorry to
movie
say-
was cringy.
I'm sorry to say stupid, but it was not explained very well as far as, like, that's another reason why they should have put the backstory in
Yeah.
for the Venom. They don't explain that in the movie, really.
Yeah.
So you're like, Carlisle's like, you've got to make a decision before it goes all the way through her body. And I'm like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And so then, like, he's sucking out this venom, but
you're just supposed to know that they have.
Right.
Yeah.
Not
If you
everybody's
haven't
read the book, people.
Yeah.
You can't just make assumptions when you make a movie.
I know. What they do is they just assume the only people who are going to watch the movie are the fans of the books.
Right.
And like, yeah, you want to please them, but there's plenty of people who don't like to read but would be interested in seeing this movie.
Right. Not now.
I need to read this. Someone else did send us something.
Okay.
Because they participated. It was my mom. She didn't send a recording this time. She did send a couple of paragraphs for me to read. So I'm going to go ahead and read those. So this is from my mom. So I waited until 8 days ago. That was from, she sent that last night. I waited until 8 days ago to read/listen to this book. I looked it up on YouTube and listened to it. I had a really hard time listening to it because the girl reading it was not doing a good job. See, I've been told that the audiobooks kind of suck. She mispronounced every 9th or 10th word.
Oh, no.
And was just not a good reader, although I appreciate her effort due to my procrastination. The story got on my nerves a little due to how much in love Edward and Bella were from almost immediately after meeting. Although it's a YA romance, like that's just how it goes. I understand. It gets on my nerves too, though. I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all known each other for 2.3 seconds.
Right.
Like you're not in love.
I'm gonna love you forever.
Yeah.
Are you though?
Right. Edward and Bella were almost immediately after meeting. I did, however, appreciate how much they both cared for their families. True. I loved. How protective they were. I also liked how Edward's family took Bella in and helped her protect her when she was being hunted, and how they were willing to die to protect her. That was admirable. I shouldn't read audiobooks. That was admirable. Overall, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really my type of book. I know I watched the movie with Brooke and Megan years ago. I know it was considered fantasy, but just not my cup of tea. Looking forward to the next read. Yeah, I will say I do. Oh, no, actually, I get so mad. Bella gets on my nerves. When I loved how protective she was over her father.
Mm-hmm.
I love how protective she is over her mother. Thanks, Mom, by the way, for sending that in. But she blatantly disregards their feelings completely to just go off. Oh my gosh. Before we had started, when you were like just barely into it and you were like, I really like her dad. And I was like, oh, you're going to be so upset come the ending of the book. I didn't mean because he dies or anything.
Right.
Like, we love Charlie. Charlie Swan, love him.
She's so mean to him.
How is Edward this important for you to break your father's heart? He was so sweet to you. And the words she said to him in the movie and in the book, I mean, I just wanted to strangle her to death. I was like, I could just see the hurt.
Well, and also she should have thought about her parents long before that.
Yeah.
Because he's a vampire.
Right.
Can you please use some common sense?
Yeah.
The only way you're going to be with Edward forever is if you're a vampire.
Right.
So.
How's that going to work with your parents?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, please consider
your friends.
Your parents.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I almost don't even care about the friend part.
Yeah.
But
she doesn't either.
Obviously. But your parents, though.
Yeah. They
your
care
mom's
about you
kind of
so
flighty,
much.
But your dad.
Your dad is so. He was so happy to have her back. I mean, he's the quiet type, you know.
Yeah.
He's not going to really show his emotions very well. You know, that's just. Most men are like that anyway. But he was so sweet, so happy to have her back. He just wanted to spend time with her. He was willing to stay home from like fishing just to hang out with her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all these little things. She cares about him so much. She completely took up the responsibility of cleaning and cooking just to help take care of him so that he wouldn't be lonely. He would always have dinner to come to. And she's like, yep, gotta go. No, I don't want to be stuck here in Forks with you anymore. I'm gonna go die now for this guy I met 2 weeks ago in chemistry class. Like, what? Are you kidding me? That is your father. Oh my gosh.
And that just actually talking about the friends just made me remember something like, you know how you're talking about she's a girl's girl and the support of her friends. except for when she's preoccupied with Edward and Jessica calls and she's like, I kissed Mike.
Yeah.
And she's like, did you hear me? And she's like, oh, yeah, what?
No, I'm obsessed with Edward.
She really wasn't a good friend.
I know, like, she...
And the only reason she set Jessica up with Mike is because she wanted to get Mike's attention off of her.
Yeah.
Like...
And I will say, she was a better girl's girlfriend until she, like, really became a thing with Edward.
Yeah.
Then it's like, I don't have friends.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't get it. I don't get the fascination with him. I mean, I have a whole pros and cons thing.
Yeah.
That I can give you versus Team Edward and Team Jacob, but I want you to finish New Moon before we get into any of that.
Well, I probably will never hate Edward.
That's okay. I will say I like him more in the movies than in the book. I don't know why. I think maybe, I can't think of his name who plays him, but I think he probably just did a good job playing that character. Robert Pattinson, that's his name. But I don't get it. I don't get the fascination. But
maybe if you were all alone and just wanted to be a vampire.
Yeah, maybe.
But, I mean,
there's so many things though. There's so many things. I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. That's all I've really got, I think. I can't think of anything else. There's so many sticky notes. I was reading before y'all got here. What I should have done was go through my sticky notes and jot down stuff. I blatantly wrote down a spoiler on the sticky note of something that happens in the next book.
New Moon.
Yeah. Oh, so one thing I think was so stupid.
Yeah.
Is that, so like in the movie and in the book, well, they explain it a little bit more in the book. They don't really give you a lot of preparation that they know that there's a group of vampires that's coming to Forks that's passing through. They don't really explain it too much in the movie, but in the book they're like, oh yeah, there's another group of vampires coming. We know about this. They're just going to pass through, probably stop by, whatever. And Edward's so concerned with other vampires smelling Bella. If you're so concerned, why didn't you just leave her in town until they passed through and left?
Right.
If you just did that, they would have never smelled her. They would have, this whole thing would have never, it would have never caused all this drama. They would have never hunted her down. She would have never had to break Charlie's heart.
Right.
I don't get it. Like, why didn't, she didn't have to go play baseball with y'all.
Right.
That could have waited until the next thunderstorm. It's Forks. It rains every day. There's going to be another thunderstorm. Like, it can wait. Oh, gosh. I can't. I was just so annoyed. Like, if they were so concerned, why didn't they actually take precautions?
Right.
I don't know. It was just dumb.
Yeah. In the book, Alice does say something about they came quicker than she thought they were coming or something like that. That's
true. I'm like, from the get-go, they should have known they were coming, and they should have just not bothered her. I wish they had just gone away in the beginning. I wish it was just a werewolf book. I wish it wasn't about vampires at all. Yeah.
Do what? That's true. Bella did.
Bella does make her own decisions. Bella is an idiot. I thought it was so weird that they got on planes.
I did too.
You know?
Because they can travel twice as... It took them a day in a car when it's supposed to take 3. She mentions that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I think they can move faster than a car.
Yeah, they can.
So
they're like super fast.
I too questioned that. Like, why are we getting on a plane?
And then they did talk about how like Carlisle swam in like some canal over in Europe.
Oh my gosh.
The
English Channel.
Yeah.
He swam the English Channel.
Obviously they're good swimmers, and that's talked about again in the second book too, how like they can swim very well. It didn't really talk about if they're fast swimmers, but I would assume they're fast because they're already stronger, so they're going to be able to like push themselves through water quicker than normal. So like I kind of understand them taking a plane over to Europe, unless it's just not been told to us that they can actually swim faster than a plane can go over the ocean. I don't know. If anybody knows, I'm interested.
But to fly from one state
from
to
to
another.
Washington to Arizona.
Right.
Why didn't you just run?
Right.
I don't know. I just thought it was like you had to spend time waiting in the airport.
Right.
We've all been there.
Right.
Like you have to sit down in your seat. Everyone, you're still waiting.
Hope your flight is not delayed.
Hope your flight's not delayed. But, hashtag human struggles. We can't run that fast. You have to still wait because everyone's still getting seated, putting their bags in their overhead compartments. Everyone, they gotta make sure the plane's ready. And then you gotta back up, and then it's still like another 10 minutes before you can actually take off because they're waiting on other planes to finish landing and taking off. They gotta get to the part where they can actually go to take off, and then you have to actually take off. It's like it's not. I just imagine that they would be able to run to Phoenix quicker than taking a plane.
I would think so too. And they don't get tired. They don't have to sleep or
Right.
rest. So it's not like they were tired from hunting the guy.
Right.
I too question that.
What's this? Just random things where I'm like, most of the story I think is consistent and pretty decent, except for just really weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are they on a plane? Why can't Alice and Jasper? And Jasper can read moods.
Right.
Like, you would think that when Bella was on the phone talking to James, he would have picked up on her mood.
Right.
I just don't, some things here and there.
Yeah.
Some things here and
Why
there.
is she afraid versus just like, what would like, she's supposedly lying to her mom.
Mhm.
Like the mood would be different, you would think.
Yeah, you would think. I don't know. I just need you to read New Moon before I can really dive more into my dislike for Edward. Oh my gosh. I sort of thought it was stupid that they still went to prom in the book and in the movie because she didn't want to go to prom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just a part of her character. Like, she
Right.
doesn't like to go to dances. She
Right.
doesn't want to go to dances. And I just thought it was weird that in the end it's like a surprise. But she's like, okay, I really didn't want to do this. So why am I, like they're making her go.
Right.
I don't know. I understand that it looked nice in the movie, but it was still a fact in the book that they still made her go. Oh, one thing I didn't like was when he saves her from the van.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I burped. And that whole, like, she's trying to get him to explain it to her, but he's, like, completely ignoring her questions and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I found it so cringy and annoying that he's just like, no, you just didn't realize I was closer to you. Like, he's completely gaslighting her, first of all. And it's really annoying because I think it would be more attractive for him to just say, yes, let me explain it to you. Let's go somewhere later and I'll sit down and talk to you. Than him just being like, no, you're just blind. No, you're making this up, Bella. Gosh, we shouldn't be friends. Like, I think that's annoying. Like, why don't you actually just explain it to her?
Well, because he still didn't want her to know that he was a vampire.
But yeah, he won't stay away from her. I can't.
You can't. The draw is too strong.
Yeah, sure. For some ladies, I guess.
I feel like she's more responsible for staying away.
I will
Because
say,
she doesn't have the same, although maybe she does have the same draw to him that he has to her.
she better with how dramatic she is.
It felt like there was more of it's not really a book about magic, and really, but vampires are supposed to have this
attraction. That's why they're so beautiful.
And like in older movies and older stories of vampires, like they can mesmerize you with their eyes.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like there's more of a magical draw between the two that maybe could have been delved into more.
Yeah.
But wasn't. The story feels very superficial. Like there's a lot of, it's less superficial than the movie.
Yeah.
But there's still some things that could have been explained better.
Yeah.
I
Could have been
think.
longer.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about like almost every fantasy that I've read. Half the time I'm like, there could be more.
Mm-hmm.
I could enjoy more of this
Right.
in this one book. You could go in depth a little bit more.
Yeah.
Have a little bit more Character
because
development.
I think in her mind maybe I think that's the problem with like my book too. Like in my mind, I know what's happening, so I don't want my book to be superficial like this, and I hope that when I'm done, I can go back through and add to it and make it more layered.
Mm-hmm.
But like almost when I was reading this, I was like, man, this is like how I write, and it's superficial.
Yeah.
You know, like in her mind, she had an idea, and she didn't convey it entirely.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And maybe if there was more explanation to their draw to one another, maybe you wouldn't hate Edward as much. I'm not saying that you would change your mind and be Team Edward,
Right.
but maybe you wouldn't hate him as much if she
I mean,
had.
like, I'm team be friends with Edward. He's okay. But not, like, want to spend the rest of your life and eternity with Edward.
Well, because the only way to do that is to be a vampire, but
Doesn't draw me in.
but like I feel like maybe she should have made more of a connection with their connection.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But, you know, if you write like Stephenie Meyer, you're probably going to do a really good job. So,
No, I just meant not that I write like her
yeah.
specifically, but just that it's kind of superficial.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could have gone into it more.
Her books blew up. She had movies.
I mean, I would love for my book to blow up. Not blow up.
Yeah.
But
Set on fire.
I don't know if it'll ever be movie worthy, but
There was something I was going to say, and I don't remember what it was.
did it have to do with hating Edward?
No, it was before that. Every time we say that, I hear her sigh. Oh,
She has reasons.
that's okay.
What are your reasons?
See, that's so weird because I think all of that except the blackmailing about Edward.
Oh, now that's a part also in the movie. Obviously, that was different. Was in the movie, Jacob comes to Bella and says, "My dad wanted me to tell you to stay away from Edward."
Mm-hmm.
In the book, the dad is not like a sissy guy sitting over there on the reservation sending his
Right.
son to some teenage girl.
Yeah.
He comes and he's not even mean about it. Like he thinks of her not as his own daughter, but her dad is his best friend.
Yeah.
And he
He
knows,
wants to protect her.
yeah, and he knows like the whole situation, and he loves her as much as a best friend would love
Yeah.
someone else's child. And he's like, you know, he mans up and goes over there and says to
Yeah.
her, "Look, you know," and he says Jacob outside. He's like,
Jacob doesn't need to know about this yet.
I need you to really consider what you're doing,
Yeah.
you know, because
Actually be an adult,
yeah,
not some
think about your dad.
emotional teenager.
Right.
Yeah.
And I liked that part in the book much better than in the movie. It made more sense for the dad to do that rather than sending his kid
Yeah.
over there.
Right. Oh, I agree. I really feel like
Look at your sticky note again.
there's so
Maybe
many.
it'll help you remember.
There's so many. I think in the movie, when I really like that we've both watched and seen or read and watched the movies
Mm-hmm.
or the movie because I feel like it's interesting to talk about that, to talk about the differences. When I like in the book when she finds out that he's a vampire, but they're just chilling in the car on the way back to Forks,
Mhm.
and that's how they. Oh yeah, by the way, I know you're a vampire. It's not as eventful
Right.
as it is in the movie, but in the movie, it's one of the cringiest things on the planet because, and I know it's not an old movie, but it's older
Right.
now comparatively to what we could see now.
Right.
So when he's like yelling and running around the forest and picking up trees and throwing them, and he's like, "I'm so stronger than as if you could outrun me, as if you could fight or whatever." I'm like, that happens, but it's different in the movie or in the book. And they
Right.
sort of like combined that in the movie, which I think it's okay sometimes when they combine stuff because that means they still had both events basically happen.
Right.
But I just, God, when he was doing that in the movie, I was like, this is so poorly done. Like, you're not intimidating. You look like a doofus. Like, it just, I watched New Moon last night, and that movie it had a different director, as I've already said, but it was so much better.
Emma told me that the third one is really good.
I haven't watched it in a long time, but I'm sure it is. I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if they kept changing directors either. I would like to look that up. But you can definitely tell a difference from the Twilight to New Moon. Like so much better. So much better.
Maybe the director of Twilight was Team Jacob. So
Maybe.
they wanted it to look really bad.
Maybe. That's funny. I don't know. I don't know if I have much else to say about it. I still gave it 5 stars. It's still, like Katie said, it's still such an easy read. Like, even though it is 348 pages or something, like, it's still, you get through it so quick. So quick. It's so easy to read and just absorb.
Yeah.
I know Katie and my mom both, I think, mentioned that because it's fantasy, they don't typically gravitate towards fantasy. But for anybody and everybody, please don't let this be your judge on fantasy books, because Twilight it's its own thing. Like, it is not. Don't think that you're not going to want to read like The Hobbit. Like, that's totally different.
Right.
Completely different than Twilight.
Right.
And don't let, if you don't like the way vampires are in Twilight, don't let that stop you from reading another vampire book that's more on the lines of horror. Because they're totally different. Everyone makes fun of these vampires because they're sparkly, you know? Like, but it just is what it is. I actually I can't talk about it. It doesn't happen until the second book. Never mind. But just don't let that stop you from picking up a fantasy book in the future, because there's some great fantasy books out there. Fantasy is, I mean, it's like one of my favorite genres. It's one of the best genres you can, like, dive into.
And I'll say too that everyone has their own idea of vampires, so you could read multiple books and all of them would be different. Yep.
So I encourage you to pick up a fantasy book later on.
I mean, even Hotel Transylvania.
Right. Completely different. But this was fun. I appreciate the people who sent in recordings and the people who sent in paragraphs.
Thank you, Katie.
And
thank you, Tracy.
We're going to extend the giveaway by a week. We'll talk about our reading updates next week. Since we haven't I've not really read anything, though. If I'm being honest with you, the last thing I finished was, I think, New Moon, and that's it.
Well, I do the audiobook too, so
yeah.
I did finish something.
Wow.
So, but we'll talk about it next week.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Man. We might, if I think of something else about Twilight that I need to talk to Becky about, maybe we'll mention it next week.
Maybe.
I'll probably see her at work, though, and think about it then. So we'll see.
All right. So we'll go back to the beginning. Make sure that you check out Sideways Sheriff. He might be having something up soon. And thank you to Sideways Sheriff for his contribution to the podcast. Thank you.
Always.
I thought you were about to say, "Oh, wait."
No, sorry.
I'm sorry.
I do that, though.
And then, of course, thank you to Miss Tracy for all you're doing about our merch and stuff like that. Check out the show notes, because there's going to be a few things in there from what we talked about at the beginning of the podcast. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for continuing to listen to us. Thank you for checking out all of our extraneous things, like our Etsy's and our personal Instagrams and Facebooks. Thank you guys for supporting us. We appreciate you. And it is so wonderful to know that there are so many kindred spirits in the world. Thank you for listening. Until next time, stay happily booked.